I want you to picture this. You're standing at a busy intersection, cars rushing past, the light is red. You walk up to that silver metal box on the pole. You press the button. That little click echoes, and you wait. You press it again. Nothing. 5 seconds later, you press it again. Maybe faster this time, maybe harder. Like somehow that matters. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. Millions of people press that button every single day, but almost nobody stops to ask, does it actually do anything? Because here's what's weird. You press it. The light still takes forever, and the exact same cars that arrived after you still seem to go first. So, what gives? Turns out, there's a brilliant reason behind all of it, and the answer is way more complicated than anyone expects. Today, we're uncovering the truth about crosswalk buttons, how the traffic signal system actually controls your walk, and why some of those buttons are doing absolutely nothing, and the city knows it. But before we dive in, welcome back to We Knew That, the channel where the most ordinary things turn out to be extraordinary. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now, because we drop mind-blowing discoveries exactly like this every single week. You do not want to miss these moments. Alright, let's uncover this together. To understand crosswalk buttons, we first have to look at what city streets looked like before traffic signals even existed. In the early 1900s, there were no rules at intersections. Horses, carriages, bicycles, and early cars, all fighting for the same space. No order, no system, and pedestrians. They were completely on their own. Imagine crossing a 6-lane road with no signal, no warning, just you, your instincts, and a driver who absolutely did not see you. Pedestrian deaths were shockingly common, and nobody had a solution. Early traffic lights only managed cars. Pedestrians were treated as an afterthought. Just sprinkle in a walk phase every few minutes and hope for the best. It was chaotic, it was dangerous, and it desperately needed to be fixed. Step 1. The first innovation. So in the 1970s and 80s, cities started installing pedestrian demand signals. The idea was simple, a button that tells the system a human wants to cross, not a car, a person, and when it worked, it was brilliant. The system would hear the button, register the request, and guarantee a walk phase at the next available cycle. Real-time input from a real human. That button had power. That button meant something. Step 2. The evolution and the twist. But then cities started upgrading their traffic systems. Computers got smarter, and here's where it gets wild. By the 1990s and 2000s, many major cities switched to fully automated traffic grids. These systems are programmed in advance. Every intersection runs on a preset cycle, timed perfectly to optimize traffic flow across the entire city, 24 hours a day. Think of it like a carefully choreographed dance. Every light in the grid is a dancer, and if one dancer goes off-beat, the whole routine falls apart. So what happens to the button in a fully automated system? In many cases, nothing. The button gets disconnected, or simply never wired in at all. But the physical button stays on the pole, because removing it costs money the city doesn't want to spend. And here's the part that will mess with your head. Studies in cities like New York found that the majority of crosswalk buttons had been deactivated. One estimate suggested over 2,700 out of 3,250 buttons in NYC were doing absolutely nothing. Zero. Zip. Decorative metal. But wait. If that's the case, then why do cities keep them? 2 words, liability and cost. Removing a button means digging up the pole, rewiring, repaving. That's thousands of dollars per intersection. Cheaper to leave it. And legally, a non-functional button isn't a safety hazard, so it stays. Think of it like a door-close button in an elevator. Technically, it's there. Technically, you feel better pressing it. But in most modern elevators, that button is completely cosmetic. It doesn't override the automated door sequence at all. Same energy, same illusion of control. Step 3. The modern twist. Now here's where it gets interesting again, because not all buttons are fake. In smaller cities, suburbs, and rural intersections, where pedestrian traffic is light, the button still works exactly as designed. The system defaults to a longer green light for cars. You press the button, it interrupts that cycle, and gives you a walk signal faster than you'd otherwise get. And in newer smart city systems, think 2015 and beyond, some buttons are being rewired to actually communicate with AI-managed grids. Press the button, a sensor confirms your presence, and the algorithm adjusts in real time. The button is making a comeback. Just not in the cities where most people live. So the answer to does it do anything is it depends entirely on where you're standing. So next time you walk up to a crosswalk button, don't think of it as a switch that controls the light. You're actually looking at a relic of infrastructure history, a symbol of a time when pedestrians first demanded to be part of the system. Sometimes it still works, sometimes it's pure theater, but either way, someone fought to put it there. And that moment when it all clicks? Now we knew! If this changed how you see that little silver button, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to We Knew That for more everyday objects with extraordinary secrets. Drop a comment with We Knew That and tell us what object to investigate next. New discoveries every week. See you in the next one.